my documentaries in fitness does not just focus on, or whatever it is, the human does not focus on what is happening to humans right now. My obsession is what can happen. So I'm going to ask you just a few questions because I'd be really interested to know, even though you're currently looking at ways to improve and things like that, we already know that when the internet was introduced, we did not realize that it was going to change the course of history and go into another stage. So we're at the brink or already transmuting into a new species that are already half cyborg because we've got our phones and we really rely on technology.
I like that because I'm a sci-fi geek, so we can go there. A massive sci-fi geek. Come on.
I was just watching something today. Elon Musk said we're technically already cyborgs.
I've been saying this for years.
We have instant access to information, contacts. We can contact anyone at a press of a button. So it's crazy you just said. I was literally just watching.
And actually, because I'm such a Clubhouse head, I was on the app and I missed by a few hours because Elon Musk actually came on Clubhouse and he crashed the whole thing.
Did he?
And then I was in the one where it was the aftermath and they were talking about what Elon Musk was talking about. It's all the things I've been researching for the last 10 years because I'm always ahead like yourself. If you're a sci-fi geek, you understand this. So, and then I was in a room where Tyrese, the celebrity, the singer, he came in and then he started talking and it was very interesting.
He likes the sci-fi geek as well, yeah.
A lot of the celebrities are undercover interested, but they don't really voice it.
Yeah.
So anyway, bringing back to the question, I can now pick your brain. If you had the chance to improve your health in a way, not like steroids, but if it could improve you mentally and it could really tap into the DNA, which is not being used or activated, or a part of your brain which hasn't been discovered or wired up. If there was a way for you to do that, would you do that?
Yeah, stop having grays. Get rid of my grays.
But
it's a little switch in there.
Apart from the aesthetics, I'm talking about if it could improve your performance, your functionality, almost even keep you at maybe the best years of your life, but you didn't know if there were any side effects because obviously it's just like you're going to be the guinea pig. Would you do that?
No.
You wouldn't?
No, because of my children.
I thought as much.
No, my children. I've got to think about my children. My children are first. But the first thing I think about everything is my children. So if I make actions, whatever actions I do, I've got a child at home who's I am solely responsible for. Her mum doesn't really have much to do with it, so I am solely responsible for her. So that is whatever.
I was just saying when she asked me that question, I said no. Initially, because it's like, what do you lose and what do you gain? I said, if everyone in the world is taking it and I'm getting left here like some donut, and everyone's like thinking outside the box and doing stuff and flying,
it'd have to be just something that because you know I've got to make sure I'm there for my daughter. Simple as that. My daughter, my son's got his mum. They got the two different parents because his mum is completely different of her mum. Her mum's she's not a bad person, but she's just doing a certain thing at the moment. Whereas in my son, his mum's obsessive about him.
What about if it could prolong your life and then for you to think, well, technically you could pass at any moment and that's not given, right?
But that's natural. But it's not tested.
It's not tested, right. So it's not tested, but if you outweighed the pros and cons and say extended your life by 80 years.
80 years? But what am I going to look like in 8 years? I'm going to start to still say the same.
So you would still...
So I still look like this?
You would look like this. It would freeze you in time.
All I know is that if it was tested and it was safe, I would. But if it's not tested and it's not safe...
Nothing is really safe.
No, not safe, but I mean, you know, like, if I could sit down with factual people and they could convince me about the benefits of it and how the long-term effects certain percentages, because I'm a facts man, then I may consider it. But I'd have to sit down with people who actually knew what they was doing and they was the ones who maybe invented it or whatever. They knew what they was talking about.
What would be your ideal enhancement? Like what kind of superpower would you want if you had one? So you could apply it in everyday life and you would have it forever.
Fly, I suppose.
Same thing.
I said the same thing.
Fly.
Wait, what?
Fly.
Lockdown again? Jamaica? Fly away, boy. I told you.
I think your best dreams is when you're flying. Do you know what I mean? Your best feelings is when you're up there and you're flying, you're soaring and that, and you're thinking, because every time I do it, I believe it. When you dream, it's very, I think, wow, I'm flying. How does everyone know? No, I'm flying in the world. Then you think it's just a normal, you're just walking down the street, I just try to fly over there, sort of thing. You know what I mean? That's how I think. No one's looking at me flying. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. But
do you remember your dreams?
I do remember my dreams.
Do you fly in your dreams?
I do fly in my dreams, yeah. I do fly in my dreams.
Do you astral travel?
Astral travel, now this is what I was about to get to, right? When I was younger, I didn't really believe in astral traveling, and one of my friends, we was really young, teenagers, and we were smoking a lot of weed, by the way. Bongs.
So it's flying anyway.
Always starts.
We was reading up on some stuff, and they were saying about one of the best ways to get into your to astral plane is to, when you're in a dream, to realise you're in a dream.
Lucid dreaming.
And then focus on a point.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the point and say, listen, that's the focus of the point there. And then try to imagine yourself somewhere else. Now, I did it. Now, I don't know if this is actually true. I ended up in like an ancient Chinese courtyard, right? And I was walking along, and instead of walking along like in a dream, but I could feel every stone on the floor going through on my feet. And I just freaked out. I jumped out of it. Do you know what I mean? But I was freaked out because it felt so real. I didn't have the smells and that, but because I was only there for a few seconds. But I'd done it, and I thought I've never done it again after that. But yeah, I do believe in it. Yeah, of course, yeah.
So you had an experience of lucid dreaming,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So it's more real because your senses are heightened. And again, it's about accessing a part of your brain and things that lie dormant in your conscious reality. Everything is created in the astral or the subconscious, and in your subconscious, which is hidden. It's almost like there to protect you, because if you could feel everything, and if all the information from this world suddenly came to you, that's how they get mental health.
Illness, yeah.
So have you ever had any experience of mental health?
No, I'm lucky enough. I mean,